Hey, welcome to Models and Agents, episode 14 for March 13th, 2026, your daily briefing on the AI models and agents that are changing everything. And no, not those kinds of models and agents. Let's get into it. Perplexity launches Personal Computer, a $200 a month AI agent that automates emails, presentations, and app control 24/7. All right, let's dive into what you need to know today. Perplexity AI unveiled its personal computer subscription, a tireless agent handling complex tasks like email management and app automation, marking a step toward always-on AI assistants that rival enterprise tools but at consumer pricing. Meanwhile, Ukraine is sharing battlefield data for training autonomous drone models, potentially boosting real-world AI agent reliability in high-stakes environments, while Meta delays its avocado model due to lagging behind leaders like Google and OpenAI. Developers should watch agent framework updates from Microsoft and emerging multi-agent research for scalable coordination tools this week. Stick around because we're breaking this down with the specifics you need, from benchmarks to what you can actually try out yourself. Okay, let's jump into the top story today. It's a fascinating one with big implications for how we build reliable AI agents. Ukraine has opened a platform sharing its battlefield data with allies to train AI models specifically for autonomous drones, focusing on real-time combat scenarios. This isn't just some abstract dataset, it includes diverse environmental and tactical information, enabling models to improve navigation, target identification, and decision-making under uncertainty. Think about capabilities that extend beyond military use to civilian applications like search and rescue agents. Compared to synthetic datasets used in models like Llama or Gemini, this real-world data could reduce hallucinations in agentic systems by grounding them in verified field conditions. I mean, we've all seen how agents can go off the rails with made-up training data, right? This stuff is battle-tested, literally, which could make a huge difference in dynamic, unpredictable environments. For AI practitioners like you and me, this means access to high-fidelity training material that could enhance agent robustness. Imagine feeding this into your own setups to make drones or other autonomous systems less prone to errors in fog, noise, or changing conditions. But yeah, ethical concerns around militarized AI loom large. We have to be thoughtful about how this tech gets applied. Builders should explore integrating similar domain-specific data into frameworks like LangGraph for more reliable autonomous agents. And keep an eye on how this influences open-source drone agent projects, with potential API access for non-military R&D forthcoming. If you're working on agents that need to handle real-world chaos, this is a game changer. It reminds me of how, just when we think we've got simulation down, real data comes in and levels everything up. What should you do? If you're in robotics or agent development, start scouting for any early releases of this data. It could be the edge your project needs. Shifting gears to model updates, there's a mix of delays and some intriguing research drops that could shape how we align and coordinate AI. First up, according to the Decoder, Meta is postponing the release of its next AI model, Avocado, after internal tests showed it underperforms against Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic in key benchmarks like reasoning and multimodal tasks. This delay highlights ongoing challenges in scaling beyond Llama 3, with Avocado aiming for advanced capabilities but falling short on efficiency and accuracy metrics. For developers, this means sticking with alternatives like Gemini 1.5 or Claude 3.5 for now, but it underscores the competitive pressure driving faster iterations in open-source models. It's a bit of a bummer, but honestly, it's amusing how the race is so tight that even Meta has to pump the brakes. Keeps everyone on their toes. Next, from cs.ma updates on arxiv.org, there's this paper on enhancing value alignment of LLMs with multi-agent system. It introduces the value alignment system using combinatorial fusion analysis, or VAS-CFA, which fine-tunes multiple LLMs as moral agents and fuses their outputs to better reflect diverse ethical perspectives. It outperforms single-agent RLHF, that's reinforcement learning from human feedback, on pluralism metrics, excelling in handling conflicts without a centralized reward. This is a step up from vanilla alignment in models like GPT-4 or Llama, though at higher compute cost. This matters for safety-focused devs building agents that need robust, non-monolithic value handling in real-world deployments. If you're tinkering with ethical AI, this could be a blueprint for making your systems more balanced and less biased toward one viewpoint. And rounding out the model news, another RXIV paper, How Intelligence Emerges, a Minimal Theory. This proposes a dynamical theory for adaptive coordination in multi-agent systems, modeling agents and environments as feedback loops that ensure viability without global optimization. It differs from equilibrium-based approaches and frameworks like AutoGen, showing how persistence and dissipation lead to emergent intelligence, with linear specs illustrating stability. Practitioners should note this for designing resilient agent swarms, though it assumes dissipativity which may not hold in chaotic real-world scenarios. It's one of those papers that gets you thinking about the fundamentals. Like, maybe we don't need perfect optimization for smart behavior to pop up. This fits into a bigger trend of multi-agent research pushing toward more organic, scalable intelligence, away from rigid top-down control. Now let's talk agent and tool developments. These are the things getting me excited because they're about what we can actually build and deploy. Starting with Perplexity's personal computer AI agent, as detailed in the decoder. This is a subscription-based AI agent that operates 24/7, managing emails, creating presentations, and controlling apps via tool calling built on their search-optimized models. This improves on episodic agents in Crew AI by adding persistence and automation, though at $200 a month it's pricier than open-source alternatives. I love how it's always on, like a digital sidekick that doesn't clock out. Try it via their platform for workflow automation. Sign up for the beta to test integrations with your email and productivity tools. If you've been frustrated with agents that forget context after one task, this persistence is a breath of fresh air. Over at Microsoft, according to their updates, the agent framework now supports code-defined skills, script execution, and Python approvals in their SDK, allowing agents to dynamically load domain expertise without file-based directories, enhancing semantic kernel's flexibility. This builds on prior tool calling in AutoGen, enabling more seamless multi-agent orchestration. Developers can install the updated Python SDK and experiment with defining custom skills for tasks like data analysis. It's a practical upgrade. If you're already in the Microsoft ecosystem, this makes spinning up specialized agents way smoother. And from Mark Tech Post, there's a deep dive comparing model context protocols, or MCPs, which structure tool interactions for LLMs, against agent skills that guide behavior. It shows MCPs excel in execution while skills aid in knowledge access for frameworks like LangChain. The analysis reveals trade-offs in setup complexity, with MCPs offering better parallelism. Try implementing MCP in your agent setup via open-source repos to see efficiency gains in query decomposition. This is super relevant if you're optimizing for speed and multi-step tasks. It's like choosing between a precise toolkit and a flexible playbook. For the practical and community side, there's some cool stuff bubbling up, especially from open source and research angles that you can jump into right away. First, artificial intelligence latest reports on China's OpenClaw boom. OpenClaw, an open-source agent framework, is sparking a gold rush in China, driving cloud rentals and AI subscriptions for testing its multi-agent coordination in tasks like automation. It enables scalable agent teams without proprietary dependencies, similar to Agent Zero but with broader community adoption. Get started by cloning the repo and running demos on a basic GPU. Note it may require significant resources for large-scale experiments. It's wild how fast this is taking off. If you're into multi-agent setups, this community's energy could inspire your next project. Then, from cs.ma updates on arxev.org, check out resolving Java code repository issues with ISWE agent. This uses multi-agent RL with rule-based Java analysis to automatically resolve code issues in repositories, outperforming baselines on Java-specific benchmarks like multi-SWE bench. It's tailored for enterprise devs dealing with legacy Java, combining localization and editing subagents. Clone the project from arxev-linked code and test on your GitHub repos, but expect limitations in non-Java languages. If you're maintaining old code bases, this could save you hours. It's a prime example of agents tackling niche pain points. Lastly, CogSearch, Cognitive Aligned Multi-Agent Framework, also from ARXIV. This is a multi-agent system for e-commerce search, using agents to decompose queries, fuse knowledge, and deliver actionable insights, outperforming single-agent baselines in complex scenarios. It mimics human cognition for better decision support. Practitioners can prototype it with LangGraph integrations. Requires fine-tuning on domain data, with potential scalability issues in very large deployments. This one's neat for anyone in search or recommendation systems. It shows how agent teams can think more like us in messy, real-world queries. All right, things to try this week. I've got a handful of actionable recommendations to keep you experimenting without getting overwhelmed. First, try Perplexity's personal computer for automating daily workflows like email sorting. It's a low-barrier way to experience persistent agents beyond one-off queries in tools like AutoGPT. If you haven't dipped into always-on assistance, this week is perfect to see how it fits your routine. Next, experiment with Microsoft's new agent skills in Python for code-defined tools. Ideal if you're building custom agents in semantic kernel, as it simplifies dynamic skill loading. Grab the SDK and define a quick skill for something like data crunching. It's a straightforward way to level up your orchestration game. Test ISWE agent on a Java repo to auto-fix issues. Great for devs maintaining enterprise code, showing how multi-agent setups beat single-model approaches in specificity. If legacy code is your world, this could be a time saver you didn't know you needed. Compare MCP versus agent skills in a LangChain project for query handling, highlighting when structured tools outperform behavioral guidance in parallel tasks. Set up a simple decomposition flow and benchmark it. It's eye-opening for optimization. And explore OpenClaw demos for multi-agent coordination. Rent a cloud instance to see its edge over frameworks like CrewAI in resource-intensive environments. This one's buzzing, so jump in while the community's hot. On the horizon, watch for Meta's rescheduled Avocado release, potentially with fixes to close the gap on Gemini and Claude in multimodal benchmarks. Expect more integrations of battlefield data into open-source drone agents, possibly via APIs for non-military AI training. Anticipate community expansions on OpenClaw, including fine-tuned versions for edge deployment in Asia's AI ecosystem. And look out for applied papers from RxIV turning into tools like VIAS CFA for alignment in upcoming agent frameworks. It's going to be another packed week. The pace never slows. Before we go, tomorrow, keep an eye on how Ukraine's battlefield data starts influencing open-source drone projects, with potential early API drops for broader AI training. That's Models and Agents for March 13th, 2026. If you found this useful, share it with someone who's trying to keep up with all these changes, and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's update. The AI world moves fast. We'll help you keep up. See you tomorrow.